Okay, afternoon everyone, and thank you to everyone for being here. Now, to officially welcome everyone to this awards function, this awards ceremony, I would like to hand over to our head of department, Professor Harris. So you can go ahead, Prof.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. As Danolien van Berg said, I am Professor Karen Harris, head of the department, and for many of you, we've walked a road, not only with the students on and offline, but also with parents, friends, and family who've heard about us over the past couple of years, some students starting out and some students finishing off. So a very, very warm welcome to everybody this afternoon. This is one of our pride and joys of on our calendar in our department, where we acknowledge students' achievements, their hard work, and what they've managed to accomplish during their university years, and some of them still at university and completing their degrees. I'd like to thank everybody for their time this afternoon. We are, I think, all online fatigued, so we're going to keep it short and simple. I just want to say very briefly so that everybody understands how our department works. We are both the Department of Historical and Heritage Studies. So we have both the history leg and the heritage leg in our department. And so you will see awardees from both of these directions. I also want to thank my colleagues for being here this afternoon, but more so for the work that they put in to enable our students to achieve their best. And this is what it's all about. I want to thank Danolien from the outset for the hard work that she's done in putting this together. And I'd also like to thank our administrator, Ms. Simkita Toto, who plays a key role in many of our students' lives and in all of the colleagues' lives as well. So thank you very much for that, Danolien. A very warm welcome, and I think let's get the show on the road.
Okay, thank you so much, Prof. Before I move on, my apologies, I forgot to ask at the start. Please make sure that your microphones and your cameras are off at all times. Also, please do note that the session is being recorded. We will be posting an article about this on our departmental webpage, so I will share the link of that article with you guys once it's up, and then you can also find the link to the recording in that article. Okay, so my name is Danolien, as Prof Harris said. I am a graduate of the department, now working in the department, and I was given the task and the honor of planning and organizing this awards ceremony for this year. And every year, the department hosts this awards function. Lecturer, Mr. Sevenason, who normally plans these functions, chooses a new theme. In 2019, it was advice to my younger self. 2020 was ready for work, ready for life. 2021, resilience, for obvious reasons. And then, of course, this year we have adaptability. And beyond acknowledging our students' hard work and dedication, these functions and their themes also enable us as a department, as well as our students, to reflect on the journey it took to get here. We look back on how far we've come and what we've learned beyond just academic knowledge. Now, when I started planning this function, I immediately knew I wanted this year's theme to be adaptability. I wasn't quite sure why it came to mind and why I was so set on this as the theme. So, of course, being an academic, I started researching the concept of adaptability. And one of the very first things that came up was Peter Hilton's quote that you see on the screen here. And of course, it reads, "Adaptability to change itself is a hallmark of successful education." And that is, of course, extremely fitting for our setting. And then the other thing that came up quite often as well was images of chameleons, which are, of course, one of the most adaptable creatures in the animal kingdom. So, as I said earlier, these themes enable us to reflect on our journeys, and throughout this planning, I reflected on my journey at this university and in this department specifically. And I very quickly realized that among the many skills of critical thinking, research, resilience, innovation, problem solving, and flexibility, adaptability is probably the best skill I have gained, and so many of our other students as well. It is also a skill that we have all had to embrace in the face of a global pandemic and the incredible impact it had on both our personal lives as well as our university environment. And the recipients of the awards today are testimony to their success in being able to adapt under trying circumstances and to succeed in these trying circumstances. Now, to understand why I chose adaptability specifically and why this is specifically so important, I would like to very briefly tell you what it means, because it's very, very often actually confused with flexibility. Adaptability is the willingness to change, whereas flexibility, the ability to change. And it's very important to distinguish between the two, because although you might have the ability, that does not necessarily mean that you are willing to change. Now, according to PepsiCo India's vice president, or he recommends rather, my apologies, 5 simple lessons to help improve our adaptability. And the first lesson is to expect the unexpected. The second one, to not hold on to the past or carry baggage. Number 3, be a Roman when in Rome. In other words, embrace change. And number 4, have an open mind and flex your style. And then number 5, be confident that in your ability to handle change and overcome obstacles, and stay the course. Now, we of course live in a world that is constantly changing and at a very, very fast pace. And in order for you to succeed, you must be able to adapt just as quickly. And he concludes that adaptability is a much needed life skill that has equal applicability in our work and our personal lives, and indeed in striking the right balance between the two. So to our awardees, as well as the master's and doctoral students who we are also honoring today, this is a testament to both your willingness and your ability to adapt to an ever-changing environment to succeed. And for that and your outstanding academic achievements, we congratulate and salute you. Okay, so we will move into the awards now, and we start off with the awards that have been very kindly sponsored by publishers and other businesses. And what I will do is I will, of course, announce the award and the recipient of that award, and then I will hand over to the relevant lecturer. Okay, so we start off with Protea Book House, and the very first award from Protea Book House is the award for outstanding performance in history at second year level, and this is awarded to Renee Sass. And I now hand over to Dr. Glenn Nkube to please hand over the award and also say a few words about the student.
Thank you, Danolien. Good afternoon, colleagues, friends, parents, and invited guests. It is my pleasure to hand over this award to Renee Sass, a very, very top-notch student, a pleasure to teach. She was even much, pleasure to teach even in the online environment that we're teaching for the past 2 years. Very engaging all the time. The marks were always very high. I took time to look at the marks again recently. All of them are above, 75%. In fact, for, the African history module that I teach, Renee Sass got 87% for his semester mark. The exam was equally high as well. She did well again in, GS 220. So a very high performing student indeed. So it gives me pleasure to be awarding this, award to Renee Sass for the outstanding performance in history at second year level. Congratulations, Renee, for this very high performance. I hope that, you are proceeding, doing the same in third year, and you finish on a high note and come back and do honors with us. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Nkube. Okay, our next award is the award for the best research report in history at honors level. And this is, of course, as you can see, awarded to Robin Schnell. And I now hand over to Prof Harris, who's also her supervisor for her honors.
Thank you so much. A warm congratulations to Robin on this incredible achievement. This was an exceptionally well-written honors research report. Just to fill our audience in, when you get to honors, it is compulsory, a core module in your honors, to do independent research on a topic of your choice. Robin decided to work on a topic which focused on the homosexuals in the South African Defence Force, and her title was Avoiding Aversion: The Hidden Histories of Homosexuals in the South African Defence Force. The amount of research that Robin had to do to get the information together to present this was quite impressive. She left no stone literally unturned. And I must say that the comment from the external examiner was only laudatory. He commended her for the amount of work she'd done, for the structure of the work, for her prose, for her writing. And on top of all of that, he increased her mark. So Robin, a very, very warm congratulations for you. It was an absolute pleasure to walk this journey with you. It was an absolutely stunning final product at the end of the day. Lots of hard work. Nothing comes without hard work, but you were committed and your perseverance paid off. So well done on that. Thank you, Danolien.
Thank you so much, Prof Harris. Okay, we now move on to the awards that were very kindly sponsored by Van Skyke Publishers. And our first one is the award for outstanding performance in history at third year level. And this is awarded to Michaela Ferrara, and I hand over to Dr. McQueen.
Thank you very much, Danolien, and a very warm congratulations, Michaela, for this wonderful achievement. Unfortunately, it's been an impact of lockdown and remote teaching that we've never met in person. But I do feel to some extent that I know you through your work. And just while I was reviewing your work, I came across just the fascinating assignment that you completed for 310, for 320, looking at the impact of globalization on film noir and using this as a lens. And that was a fascinating paper, and I think it really is really fitting in an illustration of the level of work that you put in, with really outstanding marks. And it wasn't that you were the best student out of average students, but that you were the best student out of a crop of particularly strong students. So very warm congratulations to you, and I'm sure you are going to go far in life. So well done, Michaela.
Thank you, Dr. McQueen. Our next award also goes to Robin Schnell, and this is the award for outstanding performance in history at honours level. And again, I hand over to Dr. McQueen.
Thank you, Danolien. And again, very warm congratulations, Robin. Again, like I said with Michaela, unfortunately, we weren't able to meet. But I, again, was just doing a bit of review of the quality of the work that you've submitted in 701, and I think the achievement of being able to come out as the top student across honours is particularly to be commended, particularly for the fact that we had a group of about 15 very strong honours students. You were a great class, and I must say probably one of the best classes that I've had the privilege of teaching here at Tux. So I think the achievement that you've been recognised for today really is to be commended. So well done, Robin. And like I said with Michaela, I'm sure that this is going to stand you in good stead going forward. Thank you, Danolien.
Thank you, Dr. McQueen. Okay, our next award was kindly given by Sakubula Safaris and Tours, and this is the award for outstanding performance in heritage and cultural tourism at third year level, and this is awarded to Angela Clark. And I would like to hand over to Mr. Hannes Engelbrecht to please present this award.
Thank you very much, Danolien. Before I get on to Angela, perhaps just a couple of words of thank you to Anne Lawrence from Sakubula Safaris and Tours, who has been a great supporter of our heritage and cultural tourism degree throughout the years, both in an advisory capacity, giving these awards and sponsoring these awards, and also on occasion giving guest lectures from an industry perspective to our students on how to establish itineraries. She's not only been a sort of sage advice for us as academics and merging with academia and industry, but she's also a stronghold of the South African tourism industry. So thank you very much to Anne from Sakabula Safaris and Tours. Now on to Angela, a very well-deserved congratulations to Angela for her achievement as the best third-year students in heritage and cultural tourism. It's been a bit of a road with the online and some adjustments and things. And I remember one of the tasks that I give to the third years that I always want to reflect on a little bit is that you must make a video. You must now make a marketing experience. And Angela's was very nicely done, a nice video. And she was also in a role as class representative for her group, very engaging, and also participated with other studies and things that we've done in the department as well. So congratulations, well done, Angela, not just on the academic side, but then also into the more practical tourism side as well. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Hannes. Okay, and then we move on to awards that have been sponsored by the department, various societies, our museums, as well as archives. And our very first award in this category is that of Outstanding Performance in History at first year level. And this award goes to Gemma Mills, and I would like to hand over to Dr. Nisa Palaka to please present this award.
Danolien, I'm not sure if Dr. Paddock is able to connect. She is out of town, so there might be a connectivity issue. So perhaps I can just step in.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Prof.
But I would like to congratulate you, particularly the online environment, as some of my colleagues have referred to, for doing exceptionally well in your first year of history. As you know, there are two components in this course, a world history course and then an African and Southern African part, and you did exceptionally well in all your work there, coming out as the top student in the year. And I'd like to, just for the audience's reference, to let them understand that that we have in the region of now almost 1,000 first-year students. So Gemma, you really topped a huge pile. So congratulations, we're very proud of you. And I do expect to see you one day in honours and taking your history further. Thank you very much. Well done.
Okay, thank you so much, Prof Harris. Our next award is for Outstanding Performance in Heritage and Cultural Tourism at first year level, and this is awarded to Annika Bierkes, and I hand over to Ms. Charlene Harshaman.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'd just like to start by saying that being a first year at university is all about learning how to be adaptable, and to receive the prize for the best first year demonstrates just how well and consistently you excelled at adapting to a new and constantly evolving environment. Like Dr. McQueen, I have never had the pleasure of meeting the winner in person, but her hard work spoke volumes in a very competitive field of hundreds of students. We're not quite we don't have quite as many students as the history colleagues, as Professor Harris pointed out, but we're halfway there. We're about 500 students. So it is my absolute pleasure to congratulate you, Annika, as the winner of the award for the best first year student in heritage and cultural tourism.
Thank you, Ms. Hartmann. Okay, our next award is for Outstanding Performance in African History at second year level, and this goes to Renee Sass, and I would again like to invite Dr. Nkue to please hand over the award.
With pleasure. Once again, I'm very pleased to be presenting this award to Renee Sass. And Renee, if you don't mind, I just want to read an email that Renee sent to me before we even started the second year module that, I'm teaching the African history module. So she wrote to me and said, "Dear Dr. Ngwe, I'm Renee Sass, and I'm in your GS 320 class this year. With the start of the semester fast approaching, I've been eager to plan ahead for my upcoming studies. However, I've seen that the study guide for GS 310, has not been posted. Will you be able to send me a copy of it so that I can begin my pre-semester planning before the start of the academic year? Many thanks, Renee Sachs. Really, this shows the diligence of the student that we're talking about here. And I wasn't surprised that, she became the top student in class, because, the pre-semester planning and, all the kind of planning that you put into your assignments paid dividends at the end. And therefore, I'm very, very pleased to be presenting this award to Renee Sachs. Fly high, third year and beyond in honors. Thank you. Back to you, Danolien.
Thank you, Dr. Nkube. I would now like to please invite Mrs. Karina Sevenason to hand over the award for outstanding performance in heritage and cultural tourism at honors level to Michelle Bester.
Thank you, Danolien, and good afternoon to everybody. It's really an enormous pleasure for me to present this award to Michelle. I've known Michelle from her second year in heritage and cultural tourism, and I must say she really excelled last year, so much so that in her second assignment in the EFK Heritage and Cultural Tourism Honours module, she presented an absolute brilliant assignment. And one thing that I really want to commend is her constant and continuous hard work and her planning and her dedication. And Michelle, everybody in the department, we see this and we are extremely proud of you. And I think it is just fitting that you receive this award. So congratulations, and with your dedication and your can-do attitude, I think you will get very far. Again, congratulations. Thank you, Danolien.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Sevenason. Okay, Prof Harris, I would like to ask that you please present the award for outstanding performance in heritage and cultural tourism at honors level for the best campus tours tour guide. And this award goes to Nina Sieber, Hannelie Schneerpo, Annemieke Annemalay, and Michelle Bester.
Thank you so much, Danolien. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very competitive award. In the honours for the Heritage and Cultural Tourism degree, the students have a work-integrated learning experience where they run UP campus tours, which does research in the university archives across all platforms, and then also presents tours to guests, to prospective students, to visiting academics. Call to decide who at the end of the day gets this top award. And it's not the first time that we have then had a couple of students sharing the award. Something that was very prominent in this particular group was the fact that we had many challenges, and this group had to be, as our theme says, very adaptable. But these four young ladies, Nina, Annelies, Annemieke, and Michelle, showed how they could perform. They were exceedingly professional. They persevered under very difficult circumstances, and perfectionism was always there. Everything was polished. So to all four of you, I want to congratulate you on receiving the Best Campus Tour Guide Award and wish you well in your future. You did us proud, and we're very, very delighted that the four of you share this award. Thank you, Danolien.
Thank you so much, Prof Harris, and I hope you don't mind, but just from my side as well, as someone who is also in campus tours, I also just want to congratulate you all. I know how difficult it can be at times and the amount of hard work and dedication that needs to go into this at all times. So this truly is an outstanding achievement. So as I said, from my side, congratulations, guys. Okay, the Southern African Historical Society, I would like to ask Prof Simpson to please present the award for outstanding performance in South African history at second year level to Jared Clark.
Good afternoon, everybody. The Southern African Historical Society and the South African Historical Journal decided to give this award to UP undergraduates in the mid-2010s for outstanding work in our field of South African history. I'm presenting the award on behalf of Livuyo Wachela, the president of the Southern African Historical Society, and Anton Ehlers, the treasurer, who once again has generously decided to provide funding for this. Adaptability is one of the hallmarks of the journey that all of our undergraduate students have. But in this year, the second year of COVID that we had under lockdown, resourcefulness and motivation are key tools that our students had to show. And Jared, you've managed to thrive in this environment. We had a very strong set of students, including Rennie Sachs, who's already won 2 awards at this level. You've managed to pip her and many other outstanding students, and you did the best as far as this is concerned. Again, we've not managed to see each other, but I've had the pleasure of assessing your work, as have the other assistant markers as well, and it's been a real honor as to have encountered your work. I hope that I'll see you as soon as we open up, not just in the second year, but perhaps even for years to come, as you continue providing great service to South African history in the future. So, Jared Clark, congratulations on this fantastic achievement.
Thank you, Prof Simpson. Our next awards were very kindly given to us by the Historical Publications of Southern Africa, and the first one being the award for Best History Essay by a first-year student that is awarded to Danolien. And Dr. Palake is still having some connection issues, so I'm going to ask Prof Harris to please present this award for us.
Thank you, Danolien. Ladies and gentlemen, just so that you're aware, the Historical Publications of South Africa is an organization, one of the oldest historical organizations in the country, which started out as the Van Riebeeck Society. It is now known as HIPSA, and they always give an award for the best history essay by a first-year student. Now, in our first year, the students are expected to do their own research on a topic, a biographical topic. So it's the bite at independent research for the first time, and they do this research with both online and library material that is available. So it includes both primary and secondary sources. And we're really delighted that out of the close on 800 essays that we received, Danolien was the young lady with the best essay that was adjudicated by external examiners. So well done on that, Danolien. Your writing ability is obviously a flair, and we also hope to look to welcome you in history in the postgraduate level as well. Congratulations.
Thank you, Prof. Okay, so next up we have the University of Pretoria Museums Awards, and the first of these also goes to Michelle Bester, and this is the award for outstanding performance in heritage and cultural tourism at honors level for best research report. And I would like to ask Ms. Hasselman to please hand over this award, as she was Michelle's supervisor.
Thank you so much, Danolien. I also just want to briefly say something about the Heritage and Cultural Tourism Honours. Like Danolien, I am also a graduate of this program, so I know that it is quite a roller coaster. In addition to having the normal classes, writing exams, having assignments, and the very hefty work integrated learning component that is campus tours, which is incredibly rewarding also. Our students also have to complete an independent research report under the supervision of one of the colleagues in the department. And the aim is to really introduce the students to postgraduate research at master's and doctoral level. And I think, fitting with the theme, this research process demands the researcher to be adaptable, whether that's to let go of directions that no longer serves the research, or to embrace new and unexpected paths that have opened up. And all of this combined, all the different components of the honours degree, really makes it an incredibly challenging but also above all else, a rewarding program. And I echo Mrs. Sevenason's sentiments in speaking about how well Michelle did to achieve this and how incredibly hard she worked for this. Now, I've had the pleasure of knowing Michelle for 4 years, and I can also attest that she is an incredibly hardworking, diligent, and considerate individual, and she consistently performed exceptionally well at both undergraduate and honors level. She applied her usual enthusiasm and hard work and adapted very quickly to her first postgraduate experience and the independent research component. And today it's really my pleasure to virtually hand over the UP Museum's Book Award for the Best Honours Research Report in Heritage and Cultural Tourism, with her research report entitled Artificial Environments, the Environmental Effects of Tourism on the Maldives, to Michelle Bester. Congratulations, Michelle.
Thank you, Ms. Hasselman. Okay, our next UP Museum's Book Award goes to Caitlin and Zell, and this is the Merit Book Prize for Heritage and Cultural Tourism at Honours level. And I would like to hand over to Mrs. Sevenason.
Thank you, Danolien. Again, it's an enormous pleasure to speak about Caitlin and to present this award to her. I had the privilege of having her as a student doing a research report with me, and also in my Heritage and Cultural Tourism methodology class. And Caitlin was consistently prepared, working very hard, and we really had a good experience with the research report then as well. So for the growth that we have seen in you from the beginning of the year until the end of the year, and just your attitude and your dedication, it's a huge pleasure to hand over this Merit Award to you, Caitlin. Well done.
Thank you, Mrs. Sevenason. Okay, our next award is the University of Pretoria Archives Award for the Best Group Assignment by History Honours students based on primary research. And this is on a project called What's in the Box. And I hand over to Dr. van der Merwe to tell us a bit more about what's in the box, and then of course also hand over the award to Dominique, Rudolph, Robin, and Ross.
Thank you, Danolien, and good afternoon, everyone. The What's in the Box research project was introduced to the History Honours course in 2019 with the aim of exposing students to archival research, as well as the work and the world of the archivist. The students are divided into groups, and a box filled with archival documents is assigned to each group. Then it is up to the students to apply their archival skills. They are tasked with appraising, accessioning, and creating finding aids, as well as considering the legal implications of freedom of access to information and the protection of private information. Finally, they have to present their findings. In 2021, the teaching component as well as the presentation on their box had to be done virtually. However, the research component could be completed at the University of Pretoria Archives. Professor Karen Harris sourced the necessary furniture and screens, and the archives exhibition space was converted into a socially distancing research room, enabling the students to do hands-on research without running the risk of infection. The last section of the module required the students to become archival spokespersons, introducing the new archival collections to the public and highlighting interesting finds in their respective collections. Negotiating the many technological difficulties that we have become all too familiar with over the past few years, the groups presented their research with confidence and enthusiasm. In 2019, the lecturers did not know what to expect from the first group to complete this project, and Professor Alois Malambu, Professor Karen Harris, and I were pleasantly surprised by the high standard of work. The class of 2020 raised the bar, and I am sure that we as lecturers would be forgiven if we thought that their level of excellence would not easily be surpassed. But that is exactly what the class of 2021 did. What made this group of students stand out is the remarkable maturity as historical researchers that they displayed, and the way in which they came to grips with the historical context. They showed an outstanding understanding of the complex political, economic, and social situation in South Africa during the 20th century, and how these factors influence education in the country. The University of Pretoria Archives Research Award for the Best Group Assignment by History Honours students based on primary research is funded by the Professor Cobus Ferreira Fund, named after the founder of the University of Pretoria Archives and a researcher par excellence. It is my great pleasure to present this prize to Rudolf Verreyn, Ras Lemaitre, Dominique Niemann, and Robin Schnell. Thank you and congratulations.
Thank you so much, Dr. van der Merwe. Okay, then we have the Johan Berg Historia Award for Outstanding Performance in History at third year level. And this is awarded to Michaela Ferrara, and I now hand over to Prof Harris.
Another congratulations, Michaela, coming your way. Just for a little bit of context, Historia is a academic journal produced by the Historical Association of South Africa, started in the mid-20th century, and all the departments of history within the country are invited to announce their top third-year student to receive this award. This award is named after Johan Berg, who was a former head of department for almost a quarter century at the University of Pretoria. So again, Michaela, my colleagues have already sung your praises. We're really, really, very proud of your outstanding performance in your history modules at third year level. Well done.
Thank you, Prof Harris. Okay, we now move on to the awards sponsored by the Historical Association of South Africa. And the first is the certificate for the best undergraduate student over 3 years in history. And this is awarded to Suzanne Lewitz. And again, I ask Prof Harris to please present the award.
Thank you very much, Danolien. I am the chair of the Historical Association of South Africa, and together with Karina Sevenhuysen, we're involved in the executive, as are a number of members of staff in the department as well. Suzanne, this is really a fantastic award to receive, the best undergraduate student over 3 years, and that is consistency, consistency, and consistency yet again. So we're very well done on that. And ladies and gentlemen, what our students are able to do with these awards is to add them to their CVs as they go out into the world. So well done, Suzanne, an excellent award.
Okay, next up we have the HASA certificate for the best undergraduate student over 3 years in heritage and cultural tourism. This goes to Angela Clark, and Prof Harris, over to you.
Thank you. Again, an award that acknowledges hard work, perseverance over 3 consecutive years. That's really a hard feat. And Angela, well done. You worked extremely hard and you achieved exceptionally good results and quality work as well, might I add. So congratulations on that. A really fantastic accolade to you there. Well done.
Thank you, Prof. Next is the certificate for best honors student in history. This is awarded to Robin Schnell. And again, Prof Harris, please.
Thank you, Robin. Yes, we've had a couple of awards coming your way in terms of the honours. And again, my colleagues have referred to your abilities and what you've achieved. Also, your research report, which topped the pile. So well done on that. So this is the certificate for the best honours student, hard work, perseverance, and commitment. And I'm very delighted to say that Robin graduated today cum laude and is busy with her master's in our department. Congratulations, Robin. It's a pleasure to have you on board.
Okay, the certificate for the best honors student in heritage and cultural tourism is awarded to Michelle Bested. Prof Harris.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you, dear. Michelle, again, our colleagues have referred to both her writing ability and her dedication and hard work throughout her studies. And again, Michelle, this is a wonderful accolade to you, the certificate for the best honors student in heritage and cultural tourism. You worked incredibly hard. Your results were right up top there. So well done. We're very, very proud of you. And also, ladies and gentlemen, received her degree today, cum laude, and is busy with her master's in our department.
Thank you, Prof. Okay, we have the award for the best researched and conceived film by a history honours student. And I'm so sorry, Prof Harris, but I have to ask that you please hand over this one to Justine.
Not at all. It's only my pleasure, Danolien. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, just to fill you in on this, and for our students who are still at undergraduate, one of our honours modules that you can select in your honours year is a documentary film. It sounds all wonderful, but it's incredibly hard work. This is a showcase of our department. We are one of the only history departments in Southern Africa that actually offers this module, where the students are exposed to world history. They are taught about film in history, and then they actually get to make their own doc film on a topic of their choice. And I'm delighted to say that Justine produced a really marvelous documentary, which we have screened in the department on her topic, and it was very well received by the externals as well. So we're hoping that this opens new doors as Justine continues with her master's and will still be utilizing her skills in the documentary world. Congratulations, Justine. I know Dr. Palaka is incredibly proud of you, as is the rest of the department and I. Well done.
Thank you, Prof. Okay, our last category is that of awards that were very kindly sponsored by alumni. And this is the award for heritage and cultural tourism at second year level, outstanding performance, and it's awarded to Monique Willifield. And I now hand over to Mr. C.R. Botha.
Thank you very much, Danolien, and a warm welcome from my side as well to Humanities Deanery, fellow departmental colleagues, as well as our distinguished guests, the top academic achievers for 2021, their parents, guardians, and people in their immediate social circle. Today, it gives me great pleasure to award the prize for the best student at second year level in heritage and cultural tourism to Monique Willifield. Monique, a massive congratulations from my side on achieving this distinct honor. You are a most deserving recipient of this award, and I cannot wait for the new heights I know you will reach at third year level in 2022, and the successes I likewise know you will achieve next year when you join our honors program. So well done, and keep up the stellar work in heritage and cultural tourism. Thank you very much, Danolien.
Thank you so much, Mr. Botha. Okay, so that brings us to the end of all of our awards. And once again, congratulations to all our recipients on your outstanding achievements. I would now like to hand over to Prof Harris to please just acknowledge our master's and doctoral students for 2021 and 2022.
Thank you so much, Danolien. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, we start out with a degree, then we do our honours, then we go to masters, and finally the doctorate. And it has become a tradition at this award ceremony to salute and also to acknowledge our masters and doctoral students, but also hoping that this will inspire those awardees of today that the sky's the limit, and perhaps they will then also continue with this journey. I'd like to go through the recipients. Mr. Edwin Smith, who did a master's under my supervision, throwing the bones, post-secondary education in Mamelodi, the period 1947 to 2017, and this was awarded cum laude. Then, masters in history, Jeanette Gebhard, who also received her master's cum laude today, and her focus was the elephant in the room, tracking the legal history of ivory in South Africa to the 2000s. Well done, Jeanette, an environmental historian in the making. Janika van der Walt, who was supervised by Professor Lois Malambo, did a rather lengthy topic, as you can see there, and also received his master's today in history, Orientalism, Alterity, and Social Identity, the socio-psychological and socio-cultural dimensions of Afrikaner nationalism Anti-Semitism and Jewish Identity in South Africa before and during apartheid. Well done, Juanika. We're very proud of you. Then Claudia van Rooyen, who was supervised by Dr. Glenn Kube, Populism in South Africa between the 1960s and 1990s, a historical review. She also received her degree today at the graduation ceremony. Well done, Claudia. We're very proud of you. You did reach that finish line. Then another master's student under my supervision, Helen Nell, who received her master's from Philology to Tourism, shining a light on South African lighthouses. This was also awarded cum laude. Fascinating study on the study of lighthouses in this new domain. Well done, Helen. Then Tanaka Matangira, who did a coursework master's under the supervision of my colleague, Dr. Ian McQueen. He focused on sports tourism, a proposal for the economic and infrastructural development in Africa. Well done, Tanaka. Very proud of you. And he also graduated this morning. And then another master's coursework under the supervision of my colleague, Ms. Charlene Hasselman, Mametsimela Mengwai, who focused on World Heritage and Transfrontier Conservation Areas, tourism development and community participation in South Africa. Well done, Mametsimela. It was a long journey and you did it. Well done. And then another master's under the supervision of Dr. Ian McQueen, Stephen Martina, Dark Tourism and as a management tool for dark and dissonant heritage, political change and public perception in South Africa and Russia. Well done, Stephen. We're very proud of this achievement. And Stephen also walked across the stage this morning at the graduation. Congratulations. And then, ladies and gentlemen, penultimately, Danolien van den Berg, who also did her master's and was awarded her master's this morning, cum laude, under my supervision, focused on a topic, searching for sustainability, tourism 4.0 on the sunny side of the Alps. And this was quite a topic to tackle at the sun and in the global south, as it were. But you did exceptionally well, and it was well received all round. Well done, Danolien. And finally, another master's in heritage and cultural tourism under my supervision. This was a master's by Winnie Semeniadi, Safety and Security Concerns in South African Tourism. Well done, Winnie, an exceptionally well-written piece and well-received all round. Congratulations to our master students and hoping that they'll be inspired to carry on with the journey to the PhD level, which is the next level. And I have the privilege of referring to these students as well. Danolien. Under the supervision of my colleague, Professor Tula Simpson, Christopher Beckfield, all the way from the United States of America, focused on a topic, the Southwest Africa frontier and the unification of South Africa, 1883 to 1915. Well done, Dr. Beckfield. We're glad to have you on board in academia. Then, under the supervision of Professor Frans Puhan Pretorius, who's emeritus professor in our department, Dr. Pierre Edwards, who did a study, Groot-Brittanje se aansprake op die suidelike gedeeltes van Delagoa Bay, 1822 tot 1875. Great Britain and its claims on the southern parts of Delagoa Bay, 1822 to 1875. Well done, Dr. Edwards. His second doctorate. Then to my student, Dr. Bruce Berry, who received his doctorate this morning. Congratulations again, all in his red garb and red glory, flagging Rhodesia's identity through the symbols of settlers, period 1890 to 1980. Well done, Bruce. A really amazing journey and a lot I learned on the way as well. Then to Dr. Sears Conradi, who also received his PhD this morning, The Social History of the Chinese in Lesotho to 2020. I also have the privilege of supervising Dr. Conradi, an exceptionally well-written study, making a great contribution to the China in Africa domain. Well done, Dr. Conradi. And then, ladies and gentlemen, last but definitely not least, another recipient of a doctorate from this morning's graduation, Dr. Victoria Ann Verkerk, who did a doctorate in heritage and cultural tourism, and her topic was virtual tourism, the new frontier, or the end of the journey. Well done, Victoria. You did get to the end of this journey. Congratulations. Thank you, Danolien.
Thank you so much, Prof Harris. And just once again to all our award recipients and our master's and doctoral students, congratulations, you reached the finish line. Thank you so much for everyone for being here and supporting all our students throughout this journey. And I would also like to thank a few people specifically. Ms. Zimkita Tsotso, our departmental administrator, thank you for your support throughout the planning of this function. Then, of course, Mrs. Sevenason as well, also all your support and assistance, and for allowing me the honor of organizing this year's function. Then, of course, Professor Harris, again, for always being there, always supporting. And then I would also like to thank Ms. Heather Thainsma and Ms. Tracy Andrews from the 7th level, our deanery. Again, also your constant support of the department. I'd also like to thank our dean, Professor Vasu Reddy, who is also a very big supporter of our department. And then Ms. Alette Nell, who is our subject librarian, who is an absolute whiz at finding a source when you need it. We really, really do appreciate you. So many of our students have turned to you for help, me included, and I just want to thank you so much for everything you do for us. And then, of course, all the colleagues from the department, thank you for being here today, for handing over these prizes, but then, of course, your continuous support of our students. None of this would be possible without all of you. So once again, thank you so much. And if I didn't mention anyone by name, I do apologize, but just know that we are extremely grateful. Prof Harris, would you like to add something?
Finally, I just think I've done a lot of speaking today, Danolien. I just want to thank everybody for being here. I want you to celebrate yourselves. You have done exceptionally well. This is really an achievement, and it is hard work, and we've come through a very, very tough time, and you've succeeded in these tough times. And as we said, adaptability is the name of the game. So well done, everybody. Thanks to my colleagues. I would like to reiterate that again. The colleagues not only in the department, but also at the various levels in the university who support us in so many ways, and particularly our students that they take such a keen interest in. So from my side, the only last thank you that remains is to Danolien for having taken this on behalf of Mrs. Sevenhazen, running the program and bringing it all together. Thank you, Danolien, and thank you, Zim, for your assistance on the sideline there. We really, really appreciate what you have done for us. Go out there, celebrate yourselves, ladies and gentlemen. You have done well. And thank you to those who've supported our students and given the opportunity to actually go this route with us. So on that note, thank you so much and goodbye.